Hey, it's August 20th. You know what that means? Today is the day we board the Star of the Seas. I'm dancing, but I got the camera so close you can't really tell. But I'm dancing. Star of the Seas Day. And here we are in a Uber going to the port. And for some strange reason, we were randomly selected for express check-in. So we got in and through very quickly. Security was very easy, unlike what they have in Galveston. And next thing you know, there we are on the Star of the Seas. And there's that big domey thing that everybody's got to get their picture taken in. And there we go. And all right, so we're walking up the promenade a bit, kind of minding our own business, just checking it out. There's Deshaun asking a question to a guy that says, "Ask me anything." And there's some of Florida's finest working hard on the job. The elevators are really cool. You press the button and it says what floor you want to be on, and it sends you to the best elevator to get you to that floor. It's actually kind of a nice change because I usually spend most of my damn vacation waiting for elevators. And there's some rust on a ship that hasn't had its maiden voyage yet. Beautiful shot of the slides. Beautiful shot. And here we are. We end up in the Windjammer with everybody else. The place is packed. Packed. And so I had some lobster tail, some salmon, some steak, some shrimp, and some asparagus. And it was all delicious. And then I found the arcade. And the arcade is extremely lame. And they're charging you $2 to play air hockey. And it's extremely lame. Seriously. And this is sort of the kids area. That's the balcony. It's a nice little area for families. And there's a bar. And then we end up in Central Park, which is kind of nice. It's a lot smaller than I thought it was going to be. But there's some great shots of the wildlife and the Star of the Seas. Beautiful sculpture. So we're sitting here and we're just kind of getting situated and we give it some thought and we think to ourselves, this room is intended for someone with a wheelchair. That's why I was totally like, hey, cool. We got a lot of space in here. It's because it's designed for somebody with a wheelchair. I didn't figure that out until I saw the bathroom. And the bathroom smells like poo. Like a used bathroom. And like, this is a new ship, right? Like, why is it smelling like that? That's really weird. All right, we got a Back to the Future duck left for us by our stateroom attendant. Looks like Marty. And they have a channel dedicated just to Back to the Future movies. They're heavily promoting the Back to the Future musical that we're going to see tomorrow night. And we're going for a little bit of a walk, just kind of checking out and see what's what on a what. Looking around, this is the top floor. It's a great shot of Central Park from above. And here we are on the water slides. I actually got on one of the water slides and I got all wet. And then the storm came in. You see all the clouds, and they shut all the water slides down because lightning was coming down. It was pretty bad. And then those are actually video screens, just to add to the ambiance of the promenade. You can see the balloons up there for the big Y2K party that they'll have. And this is one area for the next to the Pearl Cafe, and that's the Pearl. Pearl Cafe is a great place for food. They have a lot of great food options here that are included as part of the cruise. Then they also have a lot of add-ons as well. Then at 6:45, we end up in the main dining room. And the food at this main dining room was the best food I've ever had on any Royal Caribbean ship ever. And I'm not kidding, because usually it tastes pretty bland. But this ship, pretty good. I had the French onion soup, and then I had the Maine lobster. And then for desserts, I had the apple crumble. So we get this phone call from guest services saying that someone needed our disabled room. I don't know what to call it. So they kicked us out. Someone needed it more than we did because they had a wheelchair and they needed the space. So we're in a new room. I'll give you the tour tomorrow. So now we are in a room that's your standard balcony room. They gave us an upgrade to make it hurt a little less, I guess, because we really did like the space. But now we've got a balcony. And you're probably saying, wait, aren't you still at shore? Yes, we are, because they have a lot of corporate executives and such. Today is the official naming of the ship. They have the official blessings and all the good stuff. So that's that. I'm still getting used to the room. It's significantly smaller. Just Sean is furious. Throwing temper tantrums like you wouldn't believe. But anyway, I digress. I'm probably going to go out and take a look at some of the outside stuff shortly. I want to see Central Park at night. So we're still in port here in Florida, Port Canaveral, and we're supposed to leave in like an hour and a half, something like that. Yeah. Then about 10:30 hits, and you can sort of hear the engines kind of start up a bit. Here's Central Park at night. This is a very snooty place to be at. Everybody kept looking at my wife and I like, oh my God, do these people actually belong here? Oh, yeah, it made Fraser Crane look like a blue collar worker. And now this is a shot from our balcony. The ship is taking off. Here's a great shot of a tugboat, just kind of sitting there. Now, if you look closely, there are people who like to watch the ship's leave, and you'll see those lights, see that little light kind of moving and dancing? That's somebody's cell phone. They're just waving and they're shouting, bye, bon voyage, and all that. It was actually kind of cute. And then I walked down to the casino to check it out. It's the biggest casino I've ever seen on a cruise ship. Ever. All right, like and follow for day 2.